Hello everyone, this is Saurabh, and today we are reading the final part, chapter 6 of the 36 strategies. And this chapter deals with desperate strategies or strategies when your position is very down, you are really desperate. So, the six strategies when your situation is desperate are Mei, Ran, Chi, the beauty trap or the honey pot, or sending an attractive woman to senior officials. Employ an attractive woman to seduce the leader or senior men in the enemy camp. Send several women who together may distract several key officials. They may also sow discord by showing affection to more than one man and encouraging them to act against one another to win her attention, respect, and affection. Women may also play lower level roles where they are not noticed but act as spies gathering invaluable information. They may also be able to sabotage key targets without suspicion. More broadly, use anything that will attract and so distract the enemy from the more serious business of war. This can include offering money, land, drugs, and other things that trigger desire and greed. The strategy of sending beautiful women works at two levels. First, the ruler becomes so enamored with the beauty that he neglects his duties and allows his vigilance to wane. Second, the group of men will begin to have issues if the desired woman court another man, thus creating conflict and aggressive behavior. Third, other females at court, motivated by jealousy and envy, begin to plot intrigues further, exacerbating the situation. Kong Chang Chi, the empty fort strategy. When the enemy is superior in numbers and your situation is such that you expect to be overrun at any moment, then drop all pretense of military preparedness. Act calmly and taunt the enemy so that the enemy will think you have a huge ambush hidden for them. It works best by acting calm and at ease when your enemy expects you to be tense. When you are vulnerable, make the enemy think twice before attacking you. Do not show concern or fear. Appear willing and ready to fight, but do this in a way that will cause the enemy to pause and suspect a trap, ambush, or some other complications that would disadvantage them. Be casual as if you do not care whether or not they will attack you. Ignore them, do trivial other things, appear relaxed and carefree. Double bluff them by deliberately showing weakness as if to invite them to attack. This may confuse them and cause them to pause. You can then use this space to gain advantage. You can use the principle at any time of deliberately appearing weaker than you are. If they do not fear a trap when you flee, it may lead to them attacking with an inadequate force or taking insufficient care. This ploy is only successful if in most cases you do have a powerful hidden force and only sparsely use the empty force strategy. Fan Qian Qi, let the enemy's own spy sow discord in the enemy camp. Work hard to discover the spies of your enemy and then feed them false information. Ways to identify their spies include: use your spies to steal lists from the enemy, bribe or blackmail enemy officials for the information, watch for information leakages, and do careful detective work. Use hidden monitoring of all information flows. Plant your own agents to become spies for the enemy and so get inside their network. Catch spies and turn them into double agents. Then make use of this to feed false information back to the enemy. Rather than capturing spies, you can just place things in their path. Though beware of these being too obvious, you can also turn the spies to your cause. Seek to create discord between generals, allies, and other friends. try to make their internal argument so deep they become distracted from the battle with you and are unable to deploy optimum strategies. To create discord, a powerful strategy is to invoke those things that people fear the most, such as humiliation, treachery, and surprising defeat. More broadly, provide false information by any means that will lead to confusion and unhappiness amongst the enemy, including its generals and ordinary soldiers. Ku Rou Chi. Inflict injury on oneself to win the enemy's trust. Harm yourself as a way to gain the trust, liking, and sympathy of your enemies and others to seek to influence. This may be faked, appearing to be so desperate you will put yourself in harm's way. This can also be a way to set an ambush or wheedle your way into their trusted inner circle. A variant is to take apparently great risks in order to prove yourself to them. For example, going through great hardship on your way to meet with them. Pretending to be injured has two possible applications. In the first, the enemy is lulled into relaxing his guard since he no longer considered you to be an immediate threat. The second is a way of ingratiating yourself with your enemy by pretending the injury was caused by a mutual enemy. Lian Huan Chi. Chain strategy. Turn the enemy's strength into weakness. Be innovative in finding ways to encumber, distract, and neutralize superior forces. If they have a large and cumbersome army, keep them moving. If they have good communications, take them to places where communication is difficult. If they have heavy machinery, lead them over bogey ground. Let them take a strategic position that is hard to defend. Let them become complacent about their strengths before undermining them. In this way, they will be left with no alternative and will become confused and in chaos when you neutralize their strengths. This strategy can also be about having multiple strategies yourself. Keep your options open by operating several parallel plans so that if one fails, others will keep you going. You can also create confusion by having a chain of different strategies. So just they are finding ways to counter one strategy, another is being applied. No strength is always a strength in all situations. Having multiple strategies can be confusing for the enemy who is trying to work out what you are doing now and will be doing next. It can also be very demoralizing for them as you seem to have an endless store of innovative and effective actions to unleash on them. In many ways, innovation can be a fair substitute for resource and can allow a smaller army defeat a far larger one. If everything else fails, run or retreat. Zhou Wei Shang Qi. When all else fail, retreat. Get out while you can. You may lose some dignity, but you will live to fight again. Always keep open a path for retreat and watch for the enemy encircling you, ambushing you, or otherwise cutting off your way out. Remember that your goal is to win the war, not every battle and engagement. Strategic retreat is a normal pattern in warfare and can be used for good effect. For example, in luring enemies into ambush or confusing them about your intent or ability. Running requires speed. When you have to leave quickly, ensure you have appropriate means of transport to get you out of there faster than the enemy can catch you. A hasty retreat is often more effective if it is already planned and resourced. When you have retreated, rebuild your forces and watch for an appropriate moment in which a return to the fray could be more successful. If you are unable to retreat or run and have truly no other option, it may be better to concede than fight to death. When your side is losing, there are only three choices: surrender, compromise, or escape. Surrender is complete defeat. Compromise is half defeat, but escape is no defeat. As long as you are not defeated, you still have a chance. This is the most famous of the strategies, immortalized in the form of a Chinese idiom. Of the 36 strategies, fleeing is the best. 三十六计，走为上计. A consideration when retreating is what may be left behind and how to make these unusable for the other side. Booby traps and other explosives may also be set to slow down pursuing forces. The best wars are those in which there is little actual fighting. Moving troops can be like a game of chess, where a good position will cause the enemy to concede or leave. Retreat is just another maneuver.